Hello and welcome to my second video. So today I'm going to show you how we can use functions, how we can define function, declare it, and how we can call it. So basically in Python there are two variants of functions. It can be with a return type, or it can be like a void without any returnment. So at the moment I'm starting with a simple function. So at first, to define a function we use our word def. After that we are giving a name, so we can give something like a func. After we giving the parentheses, here we can give like a name, and after we can print something, output our name over here. So we can write like that, or we can write like that. That doesn't matter in this case. So this is your name, and we can use here our concatenation symbol. After that, to call this function we just use func, and we can give any name. So for example, if we give him like John, we will get output a John, yeah. But if we are using numbers, we will get an error over here. So you can see that type error can only concatenate string, not int to string. So this means that everything, like I already told you, that everything in Python is text strings. So if you want to use integers, doubles, floats, or something else, you need to convert them always to the string to concatenate them. For example, if I write like that by a dot, by a comma actually, so you will get a result. But if you want to concatenate it with a plus symbol, you need to write like a str, and let's close the parentheses. Let's check what happens now. It's working, you can see. So the second what I want to show you today is command. So to write a command we're doing like that, but this command is actually for programists, for our developers. We can leave command like that. If you want to make a command like a not command but actually a description, we can give, and along description we are describing what our program do. We can write a help, something like that. We usually doing like that, and it's actually like a command, but it's a little bit different. I will show you in a second how we can use it. So this is, we can write a help for our client, for our customer over here, and we can write anything. It will be shown in code, and actually if we want to call it when our program calls, we can do this. So how to call it? We write our print, and after that we just giving our func after we giving dot, and we have here our like a local Python variable which called dog. So it's like from documentation, something like that. If we output now, if we run our program, we get this output over here. So let's check. So here we can see description and what we have written recently over here. We can see this. So what next? Next I will show you a program with a return type. So let's write re and pro, for example. Yeah, we can write like that, and here we don't need to give any parameters. We just writing our just declare a new variable. It will be like an input, and here we can give something in this input. So let's write give a number, for example, and So basically what this is doing, it is asking for us to give a number. So when we run our program, we will get this output. So give a number, and you can write any symbol, any string or integer over here. So let's try to do this, but before that we need to make a return statement and return our r. Yeah, so after that we can now do something. Okay, at first let's call our function and let's see what happens. So let's call it over here. Okay, so let's check. Yeah, so give a number, and we have written like that, like 1. Yeah, so if we want to get our number after that, we can write here like a print, for example. Yeah, this r which we are have inserted here, but the more better way to use this is like that. So actually in Python we can use, if we compare it to our languages, we can define a function inside of another function. So to do that we can write something like that. We have here our parent function, for example, yes, because it has a name in it. So we will use, instead of this name, we will use our return type symbol. So it can be, like I already told you, a string or an integer. So let's check what will happen here. So we can write like that, and after that we writing repro, our function, and here we need to do give a parenthesis as well. So at the moment let's check what happens. We're giving a number, let's give 50, and you can see that it's working. We give the number and we get like 50. So to better explanation, actually I want to show you another way how we can do this. So Python is actually a very flexible language, and we can get rid of the parentheses over here, our function, yeah, repro, and we can put, instead of this, instead of putting here the parentheses, we can put it over here to our name variable. So let's check what happens now. If we run this, we have an error like always. So what is happening here? We can cure it very easily. We can write it just like that, just give a comma, and that's it, and you will get our result at the moment. Okay, and it's not working still. So let's check. Type error, int object is not callable. Okay, here we have our parentheses, name, like that. Okay, 1, 5 and 9 we have here, and after that we are trying to, okay, so if we try to comment this one, and let's check now, we're giving like 5, and we can see that it's working like that. And if we will get back to our previous variant like that, it won't work. Okay, it's working like that at the moment. This is because this our return statement, so it is by default recognizes like a string, like a text, which we are returning, because by default, like I already told you, everything is a text, is a string in Python programming language. So basically that's it. And what else I want to show you? For example, let's create a new function. Let's create, So it will be another def and function number 1. After that we're giving double dots, and let's write something like that. So if we have our if statement, and if we will have something, some type of calculations, for example, we will do some arithmetic operations, and we get something similar to this. So if we get if, and we have like 1 equals to 1, so, and we don't want to do anything in this situation, in this case. So what we can do, we can just write like that, pass, and that's it. If we will print something after that, we can check what happens. For example, text. And let's see now. So let's write our function 1, and here we need to add this parenthesis as well. So let's start. Okay, so we can see here, over here, text. So it's like a basic function which outputs for us a text, but here before that we can see that we have pass. So pass means just like what we are passing at this place. So the same what this word means, the same meaning. So if we don't do this, if we haven't written that, we will get like a type none. We must get our type none. So to get this type none, you can get it like that. It's like you need to write our print statement, because it's like an empty function over here. So basically what I'm trying to say here, if we are trying to make a function which is in other programming languages like PL, SQL, for example, or other languages, we have null something. So null means that we don't have anything in this program. So in this program, to get a null, we can use something like that. So it will be our type none. So it's like a data type. And that's it. This is how we can use it. For example, if we do like that, it will works as well. Yeah, we can see, yeah. So that's it for now, and see you later.